So there have been reports regarding Victor Wembanyama getting bigger. It's reported that Victor Wembanyama's put on an additional 25 pounds of muscle from the start of last season to this season. Now, for me, in my opinion, seeing a young player, particularly one that's built like Victor Wembanyama, him putting on weight and adding muscle, I think generally is a good thing and will add more to his game rather than take things away from his game. I know typically there can be sort of, you know, approach it with caution because you growing and becoming a bigger player can take away from what brought you to the dance, essentially. Now, when Benyama got to this level, being you know, a 7'5" center that can dribble the ball, cross guys up, shoot threes, grab rebounds, and block shots. That's what he came to the league as. Where the concern may be from some that Victor Wembanyama, he's getting bigger, he's putting weight on. Will that slow him down? Will that mean, he's carrying more weight around, he's going to be slower, he's not going to be able to handle the ball as efficiently? And now he's, naturally when you're putting muscle on, it's particularly around the shoulder areas that can affect your jump shot mechanics. Will Victor Wembanyama's jump shot be affected from his added muscle? These are the things that need to be considered when you've got a player like Wembanyama, and because everyone's going to be telling him, he's too skinny, he needs to put on weight, he needs to put on weight. That's the easy option. Because you see a guy who's big and skinny, and he may get, physically dominated by some of the centers in the league, but he's not dominated physically. He's holding his own. We saw in his rookie season, Wembanyama is a guy who can hold his own. He's at the San Antonio Spurs, which are, at this point, a bit of a joke. As a franchise, they're not a joke, but the current squad they've got at the moment is a joke in terms of they've really got no real talent there. Apart from Wembanyama, who's come in and he's on the floor, he's running the games, he's bringing the ball up the court from time to time, but he's shown at worst, he'll be a big who'll be able to score it at a decent clip and probably one of the best shot blockers of all time, which will be worst case scenario. Best case scenario is Victor Wembanyama goes on to have a 20, 25-year career and dominates the league. Or worst case scenario, he's an elite shot blocker with some scoring capability, which is more than what most players that enter the NBA can say for themselves. But yeah, I'd be super curious to know, how do you think Victor Wembanyama's new sort of physique and his added size will affect his game? Do you think it will affect his game? Positively or negatively? I'd be super curious to know. Because I can understand both arguments. I think, for me personally, I think it's positive. Because I think Wembanyama is the sort of player that even though he's added that muscle on, it won't take away from his current game. Is what I believe. But of course, the negative arguments are completely valid as well, because we've seen it many times. Players that bulk up and then it slows them down too much and they're just not the same animal that they was before they bulked up. So yeah, be super curious to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below.